Thanks, Dad.
You're on the line.
Thank you, sir.
You bet, thank you. Thank you.
No, I'm okay. I can sit. I'm right here.
Is that camera on?
Camera's on.
Camera's on, all right. I'll open the meeting back up. 7:05 and start with the pledge of allegiance. I forgot that.
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I need a motion.
I make a motion that we go into a consent agreement developed by the towns, by the attorneys with regard to Du Bois Livestock, Inc., Ramtrick Trust, and the town of Arundel, and submit to Justice John O'Neill for signature.
Motion been made. I'll second. Seconded. Any more discussion on this? All those in favor? Motion carries. Thank you. Thanks, Leah.
Thank you.
Public forum. Rich, anything before you leave?
You guys are you appointing somebody to the planning board tonight?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know, because now we'll have 7 people, it'll be good. Thank you.
Thanks, Rich.
Approval of the minutes, May 23rd.
I'm not quite sure if you had a chance to view them. If you haven't, I would suggest you table it to your official meeting on the 13th.
Does anybody need more time? All right, we'll table. Any board reports, committee reports?
RSC board
As
meeting
you,
tonight.
tonight, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I made a statement last time, I attend all the meetings,
Yeah.
Not.
Table that. Mr. Manager, you got anything?
No, I'll separate now.
Do you want to wait on discussion on the substation, any update on that, or?
Yes,
I just noticed a bunch of emails, that's why I was.
yeah, there'll be more of, I can give you an update at your 13th meeting. Hopefully we'll have that all pretty sort of wrapped up.
Any old business?
Under new business, I missed the approval of the agenda, but we do have a liquor license that came in for a catering permit, which is going to be, if I could add that to tonight's
Is
agenda.
that different,
It's
Simone, than
different,
the?
yes, it was kind of a last minute one, and they're having the event at Vinegar Hill, and that is, I think, I'm trying to think, is it tomorrow? On June 10th. So this was the only
So when did they submit that?
Friday. They thought that Kennybunk, I guess,
On there for constituting emergency.
I guess some of the towns are authorized to approve them in office, but
They don't have to be posted for so long.
no, they don't, not on a catering. So that's just in addition to the others.
Fishing Pole Lane.
You could add that at the end of new business, probably.
All right. Appointment of Charlie Bassett?
Yes, I'd like to make a recommendation to confirm my appointment and appoint Charles Bassett to the planning board. He will take over Bob Coon's position. Bob has resigned at this point, from what I understand, maybe leaving town, so I'd like to fill it with Chip if we may.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Motion been made, seconded. Any discussion on Chip, they call him, right? Chip Bassett? Yeah. All's in favor? Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, after this.
Simone is requesting hour changes.
It's gonna be a registrar hours, unless you wanna pay me overtime, I'll stay open a couple hours, so, but.
Trying to pull it up. You were just, yeah, you were just looking for, what's the time?
8 to 4:30 is what she's looking for.
Look for the
Monday
regular
to
office
Friday,
hours.
Regular office hours.
And not have to be open in 2 hours before the election.
So moved.
Second.
Second. Anyone not want Simone to not work as hard? All's in favor? And then confirmation of Doris Taschereau, right?
We have to do this every time?
You do, what happens is basically I have to appoint her, you appoint her as the warden, or confirm my appointment of her as the warden for the state election, and then we have to elect a moderator. So what we usually do is we open the meeting, elect Doris as moderator, and then she appoints Gerwig Parkinson as the deputy moderator for the rest of the town meeting, so. But, yeah, town meeting and state elections are two different, there's a warden and a moderator, so.
I make a motion, we appoint Doris Taschereau as the board for election. Second.
All's in favor? Application for catering permit, that's the one you sent us.
Yes.
Dine Right Company,
Yep.
and it's at a residence, 34 Arundel Road.
Yes.
Yes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. All those in favor? Request for consent agreement, map 3, lot 3A.
Yes, we had property owners looking to sell their property, and upon a survey being requested by the lending institution, they discovered that there was a 4-foot setback violation based on the perimeter survey. So what I've done is I've put together a consent agreement for you folks to consider. If in fact you would waive, or sign the consent agreement and waive the fact that we know that the violation exists and that the garage remains, we would take no action as long as the garage remains as a garage at no time in the future will the structure utilize the living space and or expanded. And then the other condition I placed there was in consideration the property owner agrees to pay the town a fine. I don't know what the fine has been in the past. Simone says that these consent agreements have been entered into before, it's been $100. So I would recommend that a $100 fine be also attached to it if you so desire.
I think we should find more. There's a reason why we have ordinances. And they're supposed to follow those. That's just mine.
Do we know how this happened?
We do. I have to abstain from the vote,
Okay.
but I can give you a little background.
Yeah, we do.
The Catherine Sear purchased the property from her father, Ray. Ray didn't want to spend the money on a surveyor and felt as if like his string line between iron rods was enough to measure back 50 feet to the edge of the garage. So he hired an excavator to dig it, a cement guy to pour it,
Mm-hmm.
and lo and behold, the string line wasn't sufficient enough to, I don't know if the wind was blowing that day or
Yeah,
what.
really.
He met it on the front, but he missed it on
Yeah, one
the
corner.
side.
Now, is this the building? Is that the garage?
No, it's a detached garage.
Right.
Oh, okay, 'cause I was
detached
gonna say, wait a
garage.
minute, somebody lives upstairs. Oh,
Right, that's a
okay.
home, that's the home
Oh,
that's on
that's
the
the house,
property as
okay.
well. Looks a little different than that now, but
Okay.
essentially that's it.
All right, so this building here is back here.
Correct, the picture, yeah.
Yeah, this is the garage up here, that's, okay, all right. I don't have a problem with that, I make a motion that we approve that.
Is there a fine being imposed on your motion to it, no?
What do we normally do?
$100.
$100?
$100,
Yeah,
and they pay the recording fees.
yes.
That's a hell of a deterrent. Somebody tries to circumvent, trying to get it.
Usually though, it's for, I don't think you've ever done it when it's always been kind of an, after the fact, or else if there's an error, not necessarily.
I don't think it was maliciously done.
Oh, I understand that, but people try to cheap out, and then this is what happens, right?
But if someone goes ahead and says, well, they approved this one, we're gonna do it, and they'll approve us, not gonna happen.
It's only $100, I'll pay $175
No.
grand for it.
If we don't approve it, they gotta tear it down.
Oh, no, I'm saying we approve it, I'm okay with approving
No,
it.
no, I don't mean this particular one. I mean, someone in the future
Yeah.
says they approved one, so we'll just build ours, then we'll go in and they'll approve it.
Gotcha.
We just say no.
The father built the garage in 2008. And Catherine bought the house in like 2011, I think.
So it
So it wasn't even
wasn't
really,
even,
but she,
they didn't even find it when she bought the house?
no,
No,
because it was a family,
Oh.
no, there was no
family
survey
trust,
done at that
yeah.
time or anything.
Do we now require a survey to be done for any structures? We still
No,
don't.
it's,
No?
There may be something that we want,
It's just the
maybe a
bank?
lot line survey or something to that effect. Just so we try to prohibit these things from happening, I'm not quite sure.
That would be
well,
a
especially
thing
coming
to,
from because that came from a road, right? So-
Correct,
So you don't know exactly where the,
right,
like the town right of way, so that.
right.
I
The
can see.
right of way
if you
could have
just-
been sitting closer to the property,
Yeah,
Could have been a curve in the road,
Yeah.
they ran a string line straight.
yeah.
I lost my train of thought.
You
When-
had already made, you have an open motion on the,
Yeah, when the bank is doing a mortgage, the bank will order, you have to have a class, what they call a Class D survey. And that's usually what finds these. When someone goes to our building inspector to get a permit to build a house, I suppose we could write into our ordinance that in order to get that permit, we would need a Class D survey. A lot of people, when they're buying a piece of land, they might have a full survey. I know our lots are all fully surveyed. But a Class D will show you exactly where those buildings are on that. And they're only, I don't know, I've been out of the bank for quite a while, but they were anywhere from $300 to $500 to do. Where a regular survey is thousands.
The problem is these are not accurate.
No,
Where he's got a parent right away,
Yeah,
he's saying it's a parent, he doesn't know where it is either, he doesn't get paid to find out where it
yeah,
is.
no.
Right.
So, 4 feet's a lot, but it probably is a violation of some sort, but I've always got problems when, certainly like Phil says, that this was the person who built it. I have a bigger issue with the amount of fine as opposed to the, subsequent
Sure.
owner, even if it's family. I mean, they come in innocent, they don't know that, and these inspection sketches, I mean, I see this come up tons of times now, particularly with houses that were built back in the day,
And they could do a full survey and find that it was in compliance.
I mentioned to her, I said, because at first Jim was telling her she had to go through the Board of Appeals. I said, they're gonna deny you at the Board of Appeals because that's their job. I said, you might have to pay for a survey. And, the guy even stated in his thing, plus or minus
Yeah,
46 feet plus or minus. I said, that plus or minus could be, I doubt it's 4 feet, but.
yeah.
I don't know to hold things up, but why didn't, the board, there's a provision in the ordinance, I think, that there can be they can grant a variance for a 20% encroachment into a setback.
Well, from what I understand, it's you have to pay $250, and then you may not get the variance.
I think if it's within 20%, she's entitled to it.
didn't we just a couple of years ago do something very similar to this on River Road?
I don't know, you got me, I don't remember that.
Yeah, they sold a house down here, and there was a little outbuilding that was too close to the line, and we had talked about having them tear it down or give them a variance. I think we granted the variance, because it was too close to the line.
That was Roland's house, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Roland Drew's house.
yeah, when they sold it,
Right.
they found out that that little
Oh, the
outbuilding,
corner of the garage.
One of the garage.
Corner of the garage is too close to the property line.
so this is almost the same,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking this was absolutely unintentional.
Oh, I don't think doubt about that.
And it could very well be if we want to. I mean, if the zoning board of appeals, if their fee is $250, we could always change ours to be the same amount. That would give them, a choice. if it's gonna be the same amount. But with this one, until we discuss that, I'll go with $100.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's right, I think, you know, if we're gonna, and we probably won't see a lot of it, but we should set a policy of some sort, maybe somebody, they should go to the, for these kinds of violations, go to the ZBA.
Yeah.
There isn't one though,
What's that?
right? We don't even have
We
one.
don't have, that's right, that's another
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
We couldn't convene whenever we wanted to.
Yeah.
So the motion's on the floor for
Yeah.
Yeah,
acceptance plus $100 fine, is that
Okay.
right? And second, I'm gonna abstain, so, all those in favor of the motion with the fine, anybody opposed?
Wendy does a fine.
Motion carries 3-1, with one abstention.
This is all.
Yeah, I think we have a,
Record this?
We usually record
Okay, you gotta have an acknowledgement on here someplace, then, right?
it. We can, I can.
Put
I
it
can-
in there someplace,
Yeah, I
okay,
can, I can,
yeah,
yes, I
yeah,
will,
yeah.
if you wanna sign it.
Yep.
You have it.
it's right there, yep.
Hey, we can't sign this. We can't sign this.
Got a lot of cars.
Any other business?
Just this
Yeah.
one for Vinegar Hill.
Oh, right, yeah, sorry about that.
For fishing pole, yeah, she apparently went to Kennybunk, she was thinking for some reason that Vinegar Hill Theater was in Kennybunk, and then wound up coming to us.
Did you really educate them on this?
Yes. Told them you met on the second and fourth Mondays.
Mhm.
And that it's in Arundel.
Nothing really stands out, so we'll entertain a motion for this.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion's been made, seconded. All those in favor? Motion carries. 200 people, huh? Cool.
Is that their, like, grand opening or something, was there another?
I think it's part of the launch thing or something.
Oh, yes, yeah,
That week, weekend or week of celebration.
yeah, or the Chamber of Commerce?
Yes.
Looks good, I'll paint it black.
I haven't heard
Yeah, it's pretty sharp.
Nice.
I thought they'd
Really?
do something to highlight it somewhere, but,
Yellow shutting.
And next Tuesday is election day.
Well, you'll meet on Monday, the 13th,
Yeah,
and we'll remind you again.
that's right.
And we're homeless after that, huh?
It appears to be. I didn't expect that. That was a little bit of a shocker to me. I thought we'd be here through the summer until they tore it down, but evidently they want to sell. So,
Has anybody shown any interest in salvaging any of this?
I have no idea.
Like the trusses or?
Somebody,
Every word.
somebody had mentioned that a
Well,
while
it's
back.
beautiful stuff here.
I mentioned it
at the
way
time.
back.
So,
Yeah, maybe it was you, somebody.
It'd be cool to use it in the town hall or something. It's huge. These trusses go all the way,
Yeah.
you know?
Those just 2 nights laminated?
Yeah, it's an engineered truss.
Yeah.
yeah.
Be ashamed to just watch them crush it, you know?
I don't know what kind of time frame they're on. I don't know what they've done. I can reach out to Kevin and see if they've talked about salvaging anything.
When it was brought up to, I believe it was Harriman that was brought up, and they said, you know, the extra money to try to save the stuff was more than, but that was just,
More than replacement.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes the demolition company will come in and bid on the whole thing and then take it down with it. But there may be a time frame too, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
why does he give you that
You
look?
didn't ask if there was any other business, I'm kinda
I
waiting for
did
that.
ask, and then Simone said, oh yeah, we have Vinegar Hill thing.
Oh, motion, we adjourn at 7:24.
He's expanded it.
Yeah.
Time, there we go.
Yeah. I'll second that.
Second, all those in favor?
Thank you.
I see the political sign just.
Oh, the battle's out there, huh?
Jason, I've only seen a couple of you.
Yeah,
Tom, I'm gonna ask you, I don't have so much time left.
You see the sign?
Camera. Yeah, someone moved them all, huh? Put them all apart.
No, there's some